אחים לשמח, הוא אחים לשמח.
I want to take a moment of wisdom to try to understand and unlock what is wisdom. Because if you teach an engineer how structure is standing, he will go and build any building. And I get my inspiration from that once I learned that you can give a person a fish, but you better give him a net so he can fish for himself. Or you can give him a bottle of water, but it's better you dig him a well that he can go and have his own water every day, rather than have a bottle that will finish and he'll come tomorrow and ask you for another bottle. And I ponder about what is it that we need to tap in that make this possible, that I can give a well. And that is wisdom. You know, King Solomon was offered by God all the riches of the earth, and he refused it. And God said, then what do you want? And he said, I want wisdom. Because wisdom brings all the rest naturally. And I read the book of Proverbs and I take a lot of inspiration that a wise man is a man that loves to take correction. You know, you see many people that can't get to the point of taking correction. And I think we as humanity as well, we have a problem on taking correction, like Adam, talking about the rib you gave me or the hand you gave me did it to me. The hand that I didn't do it, my hand cooked it. My hand did that salad that you like so much. I didn't cook it. I didn't prepare it. It's my hand. And my hand is me and I am my hand. But this is the excuse that we play all the time. So to understand, I go to the book of Proverbs, and the book of Proverbs got 31 chapters, each one for a day in a month. Did you know that, people? Did you know that there is 31 chapters, and every chapter, so say for example today is the 16th, so you go to the chapter 16. And there in chapter 16, it would give you wisdom. It would inspire you. It would trigger something in your brain, neuron to be revived. And then your mindset change. And then you approach life that you are rich. Because remember that those that have little will have much more little. And those that have much will have much more. That's a promise that the Christian have. But I can take an inspiration from that also. However it is, do understand that the key to life is to know where to find a well rather than find just one fish that you'll eat and then you will need another one. And I think that's the internet, where you have an opportunity to create something, and next minute money can come into your bank account through PayPal without you needing to work. It could be automated straight into your credit card. Shai was a rich man. Yabidi bidi 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 bidam. Yabidi bidi bidi bidam. Bidi bidi bim bam bam. You see, I can waste all my life wishing that I would be a rich man. but I can also waste my life becoming rich. However it is, if you think you are rich, then you got somewhere. And it's all about mind thinking. To a trillionaire, I don't know, you could have $1 billion in your bank account. But what good it is if you are in Nigeria and your credit card doesn't work because they don't have a connection with the telephone and you have no money in your pocket. You're poor. I had this situation myself. I was in the airport and they wanted, the ticket was a lot more money than what I had, and I go into the office and I said, can I have some money from my Visa card? And they said, we don't have Visa cards here. And suddenly I was poor. I had all the money I wanted, but in my credit card. So people, it's all about what you think, and being content is a start to become rich. So have a nice day and have a good life. Being content is the start of all things. Because if you sit down worrying,
you have compassion. You know, Ash, even though I sometimes get so mad at you when you talk about religion and you down some religions and elevate your religion, when I listen to you and I see your compassion for other human beings, you know, you didn't learn that along the way. You were born with it. Like I was born with it. Like all of us were born with it. Like we were born with a conscience. A conscience is not something that we learned through our walks in life. Either you were born to be compassionate, or you weren't born to be compassionate. Some of these evil people.
I think when you want to give, you have to be very, very careful and wise. Because giving can be, in a sense, a danger. You can get carried away. And unfortunately, the monetary system that we have, there is a loophole in a tax where rich people can give money to charity and be tax exempt. And to use that loophole to do that. So I think we have to be very, very creative in a way that we're giving. Give directly to the source. I remember when I used to work on Politic, and before I done Teshuvah in Christianity, although I do it today as well when people come in trouble, I used to join people that wants to give me to people that needs to pay electric bill. And I used to set up rules where they have to pay directly to the company of the electric bill. Where the person that needs to be paid has to give the phone number of the company with his account number, and then you pay directly, and then you cover that bill that they cannot pay. Something like that. But really talking about giving, we have to look at the cup full rather than half empty. Because there is a lot of sincere people that do give and they do help. And we should not look at the half cup that is empty, that those that does not give and those that does not this. We should be what we are, because in very much way we are all one. And that's why it gives us a pleasure to give to another person, because when we're giving to another person, it's the most elating feeling you could ever have, because you are giving to yourself in that person. And that's what's amazing about it. You can't understand, there is a mystery about it, but that's what it is, that you are giving to someone. Like I said before, when you walk in the street and you see somebody asking money, it's you asking money in that person. Does that make sense? Because it's very, very deep to understand it. It's very, very deep, but when you experience it, there is nothing higher than that in sense of joy and pleasure that you can achieve in life. To be able to give to another person or to solve a problem to another person. And even words, wisdom is a helper. That you could give an advice, and that advice could have changed people's life. Could inspire and make a person change a complete direction. You know, we're sitting on Politic, but come on, admit it. How many times people came to you and says, I want to kill myself? Whether it was a point of attention seeking or whether it was a point of reality for them, somewhere they are seeing life and there is no hope. And you are an opportunity to be a hope. And you step in and you are really wanting to be that hope. But you have to be creative, you have to be tactical, and you have to be real. Because there is life depending on you. So I say, yes, give with all the pleasure that you can. But remember one thing, when you give is the highest level. We have a say in Hebrew, Amar Rabbi Akiva, זה כלל גדול בתורה, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. That you love your neighbor as yourself, because your neighbor is yourself. That's the mystery. We are all part of each other. And we are all going to Olam Haba. We all have a promise to Olam Haba. To Olam Haba, the world to come. That is what the Christian would possibly understand called heaven. We all have a promise. So be it even the most wicked person ever existed in this world. As much as it's hard for us to accept, we are all one Adam. And that's the mystery, that we are part of that one Adam. So be it the head, so be it the hands, so be it the legs, so be it the... We say, don't be an ass. I'm sorry, I had to give that example to be radical, to open some people's eyes and understand how real this is. And the more closer and real you understand what I'm saying, the more closer and real you will be rich. Because your richness in that we are rich. We are the world. You know the song, we are the world, we are the children. You remember when they were collecting money to Africa? Because they don't sing songs to collect money for war. Because that money existed. And that's where we have to take the correction. To bring that mindset that is upside down to a mindset that put life above power, rather than power or superpower above life. To attend to the people that are around you before attending to some thousands of miles away, making allies. And that's the whole correction that we need to understand. That in the past, human did it to human. And we, humanity, have to take that blame of what happened in the past and take the correction. And the correction is good, like I said before. A wise man is a man that loves correction. Yet what I see our society today is struggling to come out of that Adam that said, the hand you gave me did it to me. As if you go to court and the man said, I did not shoot the guy, my hand shoot it. So cut my hand, don't take me to jail. It's my hand. It's not me. Cut it off and don't put me to jail because I got to be set free. If you really want to punish me, then do it. And that's the idiocy, because you can't do without your hand, and we cannot do without each other. We are people that need each other and need the connection. The more we are connected, the more rich we are, the more rich in inspiration. And this platform of internet, amazing. People come in without barrier, without borders. I can meet a person from Iran that the opportunity to meet him would not have been otherwise. And I would be inspired from him, something I never thought before. Like, stop the time, I want to get off. I just found on the internet that there is a musical called Stop the World, I want to get off. What to get off? I want to stay. Adam lived 930 years and we don't even live 10% of that. To me, the whole Holocaust exists all the way from civilization exists. If we are not reaching back to that generation that live 1,000 years. And that's what we as a society have to work on, to master medicine and to master understanding of what is life and how we care about the source of that affect us in a sense of unhealthy life. And that is in the mind also. So be sane and be happy. And when you hug your neighbor, remember you're hugging yourself. In the same way when you hug your husband. Have a nice life. Thank you. Angel, your mic.